A notorious terrorist and bandit leader, Biloturji, has said the Nigerian government was not interested in ending banditry because some of its officials benefit from it, and also accused the government of provoking them to break the peace pact with the residents. We are not exactly sure what to believe, BKO.
Well, I will not say that some people are not benefiting from banditry, especially some of our men in the armed forces. There is no way that you can say that some of them are not benefiting from banditry. In fact, some soldiers are known to have been arrested for conniving with bandits. So these things happen, you know, and states have been able to uh, spend a lot more on security. And I know that some of the money spent on security will eventually go into private pockets and all that. So no one can say the allegation by Tuji is totally false. But Tuji indeed announced that he was ready to lay down his arms at the peak of the bombing raids by the Nigerian Air Force, just after the Air Force began to use Tucano bombers in the north central and in the northwest, after bandits were declared terrorists. My suspicion was that he said that so that they will stop attacking them. To negotiate with bandits is a waste of time because they always come back when they are broke to attack our people. Somebody who had been used to making money, you know, by attacking communities, stealing their cattle and all that. If he suddenly lays down his arms, he won't have access to the kind of money that he used to make. And everyone knows that there's a lot of money in banditry. If those guys if those train, the terrorists who attack those train passengers, if they could take 100 million, 100 million from each of the abductees and made them to pay in dollars, you cannot tell me that this is not lucrative. It's extremely lucrative. You struggle to find anything more lucrative than that. And that's why these guys will not give this thing up. I am embarrassed that Tuji could be asking the armed forces why they have not killed him. You said you wanted to kill me, so why haven't you killed me? Because we have attacked his camp a number of times. But it's possible that some moles, some fifth columnists in the armed forces always give him information, you know, so that he can escape before the attack happened. He even alluded to it that he left his house 5 minutes or so before the jets came to bomb his residence. So perhaps he got information and just quietly slipped out of the area. So I still think that it makes no sense to negotiate with Tuji and others, because what Tuji is doing is compelling our people to pay money in exchange for peace. A situation in which our people have to fork out a lot of money in exchange for peace is not what we want to see. We want to see lasting peace. The person who has taken money from you in order to give you guarantee for peace can come back anytime he runs out of money. So Tuji has offered to not attack people in the Shinkafi area. He is actually from Shinkafi. But how about other areas where he has not entered into this form of agreement? and is known to terrorize and torture our people who default in payment of money to him in exchange for peace. So, if the armed forces will redouble their efforts, I know that someday Tuji will be made to pay for the killing of our people. I do not subscribe to the idea of making peace with him, because making peace with him is not the permanent solution to this problem. You've got to defeat banditry, and the government and the armed forces have all that it takes to defeat banditry in our country. It's just the will, the political will, that is not there. Once the political will is there, we will be able to defeat these guys.
Yeah.
Whatever investment in weaponry that we need to do, we have to do it and put an end to the nonsense that Tuji and others are doing to our people. And killing our people, torturing our people, and forcing our people to not go to their farms. And those who take the risk to go to their farms without paying some form of money get killed. Our government placed 5 million bounty on Tuji, and up till now, they've not been able to kill him. And people know where their camps are. People know where all the big bandits in the northwest. People know where their camps are. So why is it difficult to wipe out these people? I believe that it's possible if the will is there. Hearing this kind of insult from Tuji makes me sad. It's not his fault. How can a boy who is barely 30 years be terrorizing people and even insulting our armed forces? I said, you said you are going to kill me. What are you waiting for? I mean, this should be a challenge to the military to make him pay for this kind of insulting remarks that seek to diminish our military.